I helped Ryan grow his business from 1K all the way to 13K in just 11 months. But the craziest part is he went from charging 20 bucks all the way to 100 bucks in that same time frame. And you can do the exact same. All it comes down to is 3 core principles that every barber must do. And once you really understand them, you'll be able to hit your first 10K month in the next 3 to 6 months. So in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what they are, how you can master them, and use them to your advantage to print not only consistent money, but produce a consistent clientele month after month. Principle number 1. Mindset and identity. Now, the first step in hitting your actual first 10K per month as a barber has nothing to do with cutting skill or even really marketing. You see, a lot of barbers, including myself, start off with like a very limited identity and really don't believe that they deserve success in their life because of whether their background, how they grew up, and ultimately you just see yourself just as a barber and not really as a businessman. Now, one study with over 300 students taking ages between 12 to 13 and 13 to 14 found that those with a more of a growth mindset on average were more likely to improve their grades. A growth mindset is more of living in the land of possibilities, what can be accomplished, problem solvers. What do you do when you come against a problem? Do you mentally shut down and give up? Or mentally, do you think, there's a solution to this, I've just yet to find it, and you make a little game out of it? That growth mindset allows you to work on a problem consistently without giving up, and eventually iterate to actually solve the problem. Let's say you're struggling to get new clients on social media. Are you just gonna post every single day for a straight week and then give up and be like, you know what? It's not for me? Absolutely not. I would hope not, at least. Now, the major key here is I really want you to start envisioning yourself and looking at yourself as a successful entrepreneur, not just as somebody who cuts hair every single day. Once you make that separation, that distinction in your mind mentally for yourself, you will start seeing yourself show up every single day with a different energy, a different mindset. And at the end of the day, who is more likely to succeed? The person who gives a half-ass effort every single day because maybe they don't believe they can actually achieve it, or the person who understands and believes to his core identity that not only that the goal is achievable, but they are worthy of it and they take 100% action every single day, leaving nothing on the table. I'm placing my bets on guy number 2. And understand this, the brain is a very flexible organ. It's constantly growing and expanding its learning and database every single day if you're feeding it the correct things. When you're learning something new, like riding a bike to speaking Japanese to learning how to roast a chicken, you can make an imprint on your brain, for example, like a memory. And the more often you repeat the process or task you're doing, the stronger the imprint becomes and the easier it is to recall in your brain. According to the International Coaching Academy's Neuroscience and Visualization research paper, if you exercise an idea over and over, literally just in your mind, the brain will begin to respond as if that idea or thought or imaginary thing is actually happening to you in real life. So here's the key. Every day, walk and carry yourself like you already make 10K per month as a barber, because the mind and brain does not know reality from imagination. It's something I did in my life, and it just builds that belief into you that not only is this possible, but you're worthy of that success. And that gap from what you see to actual reality is what you need to do and take action on every single day. Now, this next shift is what most barbers never really make because of their fears, doubts, or even belief systems, and that's staying in your comfort zone. Now, in the book, Top 5 Reasons of the Dying, Bonnie Ware, an Australian caregiver, noted that the number one regret of the dying when they're literally on their deathbed was, I wish I had courage to live life to my truest self, not the ones that others expected of me. Now, for me and you, I know the life that others expect us to live is that life of the ordinary or the average. And we've all heard it before. Family, friends, loved ones, peers. They'll say stuff like, just set realistic goals. Or, you're just a barber, you can't charge that out here. You're thinking too crazy, man. You should like dumb down your vision a little bit. Or even like my favorite one, like, don't work so hard, enjoy your life, take time off. But a study done by Pew Research Center said that 71% of adults say that the key to a joyful life is having a career or job that you enjoy. Now, what would you enjoy more? Staying in your comfort zone, living the same day, day after day, year after year? Or what about something that challenges you, that pushes you out of your comfort zone, that forces you to grow, that pushes you to learn new things? Now, here's the thing. Other barbers around you are afraid of failing. And so they stay comfortable or really stay stuck at that 3 to 5K mark because they let their fears override themselves. And most of the times, all it takes is just running towards that fear, embracing that fear overall. And eventually one day, everyone's just gonna ask you, dude, how did you do it? And your answer is going to be simple. I just didn't want to settle for a comfortable life. Now comes one of the most important parts that really ties all this in together, and that's your worldview. And look, many of us barbers have a scarcity mindset without even knowing it. And I even had one myself when I first started cutting hair of like, oh my God, are people really going to pay this? What are people going to think about me? Are they going to be a bad person if I charge this much? And it can even look like some of the following. You're fearful of raising prices. You're afraid to charge more because you're afraid your clientele will leave you or hate you or like start a riot against you and just like burn your business to the ground. Number two, you're overworking yourself day after day, week after week without any strategy for growth. You kind of stay on like this stuck or fixed mindset. There's only one way to run a barber business. And this is the only way because everyone's saying it, that this is the only way. And you're not really like taking a pause and thinking through, did I really even get into barbering just to work 14 hours, 16 hours a day, all day on my feet? Number three, you hesitate to invest in yourself, whether that's in your tools, in your marketing, in your education. You think that saving every penny is safer, but it actually stunts your growth in your business because you're not able to learn and build on skill sets and grow. And you have to understand there are plenty of people, not only in your area, but around the world who are willing to invest in their looks and into their confidence with you. I'll give you a quick example. One of our clients, Terrence, who lives in West Point, Mississippi, literally you could look this up, has 9,000 people population there. And in 90 days of working with us, he went from making 1.6K all the way to 6.9K in the first 90 days in a population area of only 9,000 people, getting new clients off of social media. And I say that to say there are people out there who are looking for your services to pay you for that haircut. Now, here's how you can fix your worldview as a barber. Number one is going to be mindset education. Now, I started my journey on mindset education back in 2016, and it literally just started with simple books. And the core books I would recommend for every barber, including yourself, to literally get on Audible right now. Number one is going to be As a Man Thinketh. Number two is going to be Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And number three is also going to be Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Now, let's say you've already read those books. You're like, dang, that's beginner stuff. What else you got for me? Awesome. Principles by Ray Dalio. Mindset by Carol S. Dweck. And Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. One of the best books and one I recommend for every single barber to read. Number two is going to be Assess Your Value. Now, you really want to understand the true value that you bring to your clients. What I want you to do every single day is take out a piece of paper and literally write down everything you have done since the beginning of when you started cutting hair. How long and how many hours you put into this craft. How much studying, how much work and refinement, how much investing have you done to your business. And total all that up every single day and think, I spent all of this time, part of my life and part of my hard-earned money on this craft. Why would I only think that I am worth $20 for a haircut? Why not more? Number three is going to be set clear goals. And really, you need to define what success looks like for you. It's going to look very different than what I define success. Now, that might mean, financial freedom, more personal time, building a good family, taking care of your parents. But having clear goals motivates you to go beyond than just your current comfort zone. Now, the last one's going to sound a little woo-woo, and it's honestly, transparently, something I also need to practice more of myself, and that's practicing gratitude. You really want to regularly acknowledge how far you've come, how much work you've put in. This is going to be different than point number one, but you really want to acknowledge yourself and be proud of yourself. And it sounds crazy. I'll bring up one for you right now, kind of like read it out loud because I think it's going to be valuable so you can hear what one looks like. So one of these letters from February 27th, 2020 says, Dear Daniel, I literally just wrote this in my phone notes. It says, your ways of being are infectious. Never forget how powerful you are when you truly exemplify that and not just express yourself through words, but also through your body emotions and your body language. That is where your true power resides. When you can tap into that, the whole world steps to the side and allows you to walk past without question. You are an intimate, powerful, and authentic leader. I'm gonna be honest, as men, we're kind of not like that emotionally like in tune with ourselves. And like some of these practices, again, you might be thinking like, dude, what the, for me, this is just one of the practices when I was in a very low moment of my life that helped me really believe in myself and really not be as hard on myself as I was at that point in time. Now, these three mindset shifts alone won't get you 10K a month, but it is just the stepping stone to get there. What you need next is really a vehicle to really accelerate your growth from a business standpoint. And every barber knows they need to market themselves on social media in order to get new clients. But most barbers are going about this all completely wrong when I look on social media. And here's some quick fixes that you can implement to make sure you're not making the same mistakes. Now, mistake number one for social media is posting inconsistently. Now, the way I view social media, it's like getting to play the lottery for free every single day. If you actually had an actual lottery, give you potentially $300 million, and all you had to do is grab a ticket once every single day, and that's the only ticket you can get, would you just be like, you know what? Not today. I don't want to play that chance. Absolutely not. You'd be like grabbing the ticket the first thing when you wake up. And you have to think of social media the same way. It has to be something every single day is the chance that one post can really spark that ultimate growth and that compounding growth for your business. Mistake number 2 is gonna be posting without a good strategy for growth. Now let's say, okay, cool, you get number 1 down, you're like, all right, I'm posting every single day, but every single day you're like posting cat videos, you're posting pictures, you're posting funny memes, you're like, Daniel, I'm posting every single day. I'm gonna hit the lottery. I'm gonna tell you, you're grabbing the wrong ticket, bud. For this, you really want to pull from the data and understand what is actually working from your analytics, understand what actually converts on a client, and really understand your first goal is to get your accounts reached up to over 1 million in the last 30 days. That's like goal number 1. Is then you want to shift your focus to how are my conversion rates are, right? Where is the drop off or the bottlenecks in my marketing, and where do I need to fix the problems at? Mistake number 3 is having one post go viral and thinking that you made it. Now I see this constantly in all of some of our private clients. They get all hyped up. Oh my God, my video got like 50K, 100K, 1 million views. I made it. I'm going to be a billionaire. I'm like, chill out. Hang on one second. Okay. It's one video. Can you repeat it? Greatness is Tom Brady winning 7 Super Bowls. Greatness is Michael Jordan going 3-peat twice. Because at the end of the day, who cares if you got one video to pop off? If number 1, that was the only video that popped off for you. And number 2, you can't repeat those results. Basically what I call a one-hit wonder. And for this, you really need to understand why that post went viral. How can you copy that formula? So don't just get excited over one viral video. That's good. It's a positive thing. But my one thing about this, do it again. Mistake number 4 is not focusing on the hook or the cover photo. You always want to focus on what is the very base metric, the number 1 metric, or the number 1 area of the video I need to focus on first in order to have that downward spiral effect that will grow my profile, that will grow my clientele. And for reels, it's always going to come down to hooks, or really that first 3 seconds. Now, will it convert new clients long term? No, but at least we have the formula for what we need, and we can slowly build out the rest of the video to actually get the growth long term that we want. The final piece of this is really like kind of like the sneaky hack I love to like work with my clients on, and it's like when you show off the showcase, really the end result of your haircut. You know, if somebody wants to actually book an appointment with you, from that video, they're going to click on your booking link, and one thing is going to be the deciding factor: price point. Now, from what they saw to what that price point is, are they in alignment? Is the price point higher than what the perceived value of the haircut is? Or is the haircut almost acting like a steal to them at that price point? Which means we're not lowering prices down, but it means improving your haircut overall to be perceived as higher value than what you charge. So if you charge, let's say $50 for a haircut, does your haircut look better or on the same value as a barber who charges $75 for a haircut? If you're getting $75 worth of value at a $50 price point, that's a ding, 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 ding steal. What I don't want you to do is get like, oh my God, I need to work on skill set, blah, blah. This is done in a slow, meticulous process that we work on with our private clients overall, and you build it out step by step each price raise. You're not gonna go from $30 haircut to a $300 haircut look overnight or in the next 3 months. What we're going to do is go from a $30 haircut to a $35 to a $40 and really start slowly scaling this thing up with a dialed in focus. Now, even if you really master social media marketing, there's still like one thing that's going to hold your business back, because again, too, it doesn't matter if you're getting millions and millions of views, all these new clients or whatever, you're never going to be able to make more money. You'll literally hit a ceiling at some point in time because of one thing. And that's your price point. Let's take an example. Let's say you charge $30 a haircut. You're doing 100 cuts a month overall. Easy math, that means you get about $3K a month without tips overall. But let's say you go ahead and raise your prices up to $50 and you're still doing about 100 haircuts a month, but you're making an extra 2K more. Now you're making 5K instead of that 3K a month. Now, most barbers are terrified to raise their prices because they are afraid they're going to lose clientele, which is a reality. If you raise prices up too steep or you do it incorrectly, you'll lose clientele and actually make a lot less money overall month after month because you broke the business. And that's not what we're here to do. We're here to do strategically. So you need a few things before you even think about raising your prices. Number 1, understand that raising prices is not a bad thing. Raising prices is simply you understanding your worth. You cannot make any more money and you are being overworked as a business, and you need to raise prices up in order to cut workload down and make the same, if not more money in that month 1. Number 2 thing to keep in mind, when you do raise prices, there will be clients that leave. That's natural. 25, 30, 35, 40% of clientele will leave. But now here's the key. It is on you to refill the business back up again with clients to replace those clients that leave. If you are always improving your haircut, making sure that your haircut value is more than what your dollar amount value that you're charging. If you're constantly getting in new clients in the business, you will actually be able to not only make more money back that month one when you first raise prices, but also get a 2 to 3K per month increase on your income once you refill your books all the way up in hopefully 45 to 60 days, which is the typical time frame to refill a business if you're doing things properly. And when you start charging higher prices, it also gets you into a premium level clientele who are more respectful, who value your skill set in business, and actually just appreciate the work that you put into the business overall. Raising your prices is the ultimate test of your new abundant mindset. It not only forces you to do the work that we laid out in this entire video, but also have trust in yourself to keep yourself accountable on everything you're doing. It's literally just like an accountability check. When you raise your prices up, it's like, okay, I gotta get serious now. Am I ready to get serious? And when you raise your prices up, and if you have any feelings of doubt or insecurity, that should be a clear indication that we did not do the work properly laid out in this video. And equally, we still have a lot more work to work on ourselves to grow into better businessmen and also just better adults overall. And that's the exact blueprint we gave Ryan, how we went from making 1K a month to 13K a month as a barber in Australia. But here's the thing, knowing the blueprint, that's just the first step. But to truly scale your business beyond what 99% of other barbers can and will do, you have to dive deeper into your mindset and really master self. Master self-talk, master your mind, you master the world. Now, having worked with hundreds of barbers on how to grow their business, there's really one huge mindset shift that all barbers need to make, especially yourself. So click on this video to find out what that mindset shift is, and I'll see you in the next video. Woo!